Sing Street. Connor Lawlor, a 15-year-old Irish lad with a pretty dysfunctional home life, is transferred to a lower working class school full of corruption and delinquency. Just as he starts trying to get used to his new surroundings, one day he's leaving school and he sees this girl stood on the other side of the street and he is just immediately infatuated with her. So much so that he just walks right over to her and after finding out that she's a model, lies to her about being in a band and asks her if she wants to be in a music video. Bear in mind this takes place in the mid-80s. Music videos were still a relatively novel idea and being in one was a big deal. Probably. So now this kid has to form a band, impress this girl, find a way to deal with the constant angry screams of his parents, and not get killed at school. I've never seen any of John Carney's films before, so after seeing this one, I went to his IMDb page to find out that he writes and directs most of his films by himself. Which means that I might have to make it a priority to start going through them all, because Sing Street might be one of my favourite slice of life films. Period. Whoa, that's quite a statement. Let's step back a little bit. I say slice of life movie. What it really is an eclectic mixture of drama, comedy, romance, coming of age, and it's also a musical. But it never stays in one place long enough to be put in that category. Its aim doesn't seem to be to make you feel one way throughout the film, but rather just to make you feel whatever the main character is feeling at that time. Trust me, whenever the main character feels isolated or just extremely uncomfortable, the movie will make sure you feel that same way as well. This is done cleverly through not just what's happening on screen, but what's playing out on a technical level as well. The way it plays with its editing and its pacing is just utterly fantastic. Huge props to Andrew Marcus and Julianne Ulrich for that. It also shows that it's not afraid to use fairly obvious visual implications and even sometimes stray from being visually literal in order to exaggerate a point or a feeling that it's trying to convey. John Carney even said in an interview that he wants the viewer to wonder where reality ends and the pop video begins. And even as someone who isn't a huge fan of vague interpretive imagery, I found myself struck with this film's usage of it. The whole cast does a really good job. Walsh-Peelo is convincing for the most part in the wide range of states he has to portray. Just in this one character, sometimes he has to play it weak and helpless and scared, and then at other times he has to be a bit of a badass, and considering his age, I think he manages it pretty well. There were one or two moments where he did what I can only describe as the Edward Cullen stare, but other than that I really enjoyed his performance, and holy shit can he sing. There are a couple of things worth noting about the characters and the acting in this film. For one thing, some of these characters have really thick Irish accents. Like, I was just struggling a little bit to understand what they were saying sometimes. But to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know I'm gonna watch this movie several more times in the future, and if anything, the accents add rewatch value. I don't know, I guess I just like not being able to understand what people are saying the first time I listen to something. That's why I listen to a lot of rap music. Another thing I thought was really weird was the age difference between the boy and the girl. I think in the film they say she's a year older than him, and there's another point where he asks her why she's not in school, and both times I just thought, really? She looks about 20 and he looks about 15. And hey, what do you know, I wasn't far off. But the thing is, this could also just be some kind of physical representation of how Connor looks up to this girl as more mature and just cooler than he is. Overall though, this is just it's the kind of film that reminds me why I love film so much. The whole time it was playing out, I was engaged. I wanted nothing more than to see this character succeed. I got angry at characters when they did bad things to him, and when he looked like he was enjoying himself, I was having a blast. I'm thinking somewhere between an 8 and maybe a 9, I don't know. But anyway, my name is Caleb Lawlor. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter for updates. Cue the new end screen! But it never stays in one place long enough to comfortably be put in that category. Oh my god, this dog, I swear to every video I shoot, dog outside will not stop barking, ever.